How should you be prepared for it? Number one is anticipation. You have to anticipate. Why not be too naive about it, right? So market is going to crash. It's not a big deal. We may have a correction or a bear or a crash, but it's gonna be taking place. Number two, your risk tolerance. You have to be very true to your risk tolerance. If you're 55, you can't be going, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go all market, cash, all this other stuff. I don't recommend that. If you're 28 and you got a couple $100,000, you also can't press the panic button too early right now because you're young. You can afford a 20-year run rate. You can't miss those best 50 days. You just have to make sure you make a few pivots and adjustments here and there. Number three, cash. I'm a fan of cash. Let me explain to you why I'm a fan of cash. I was on a podcast recently with an entrepreneur named Petros. He owns a gym, 700 different franchises of gyms that he owns. Absolute stud of a guy. And he's one of these guys that actually knows how business works, and he's good at what he's doing. Very authentic, very open about his mistakes, flaws, all these things he's doing. He asked me a question. He says, what do you think about the market crash? I said, I can't wait for it. He says, what do you mean? I said, I honestly can't wait for it. Why do you say you can't wait for it? It's going to hurt a lot of people. Well, what do you mean you can't wait for the market crash? I said, first of all, it's inevitable. And every time market crash happens, wealth is made by those who are prepared for it. By the way, some people say, Pat, that's cold. That's cruel. That's not fair. Isn't that why capitalism's so ugly? No. It's greed for the person that wasn't prepared for a market crash. That person deserves everything they get. It's greed, the fact that the person thought the market's always going to go up. 9 years straight we've been in the positive. How are you not prepared for it? You became too irrational, too confident, too optimistic, lost paranoia. Your stomach got too big, so you start kind of paying attention to everything. The reason why I'm making this video is for you to be aware that when this happens, you need cash. And my recommendation is 15 to 25% cash. Number four, avoid major real estate investments right now. I'm avoiding major real estate investments right now for a couple different reasons. Number five, cash in on some of your profits. What do I mean by that? You got a house that's sitting there, $600,000. You have $280,000 in equity in it. Maybe cash in a little bit. Maybe cash in a little bit of the profits is what I would do. Maybe you got 10 properties, sell a couple of them. Maybe you got some stocks that are doing very good and you made 17% profits on some of them. You have some dividends. Cash in some of the dividends and take some out. Number six, precious metals. Maybe 3 to 5%, I recommend today. Maybe 3 to 5% some gold. Seven, to me, it may be the best one out of all of these, is protect your career. Become an expert today. Listen, let me explain it to you. When the market crashes, you know who is exploited? Amateurs. You know when the market crashes, who becomes a hero? Experts. Let me say this one more time. When the market crashes, amateurs get exploited, experts become heroes. For some of you that are watching saying, how cruel for you to, see amateurs being exploited. Amateurs have the option to stop watching Netflix and watch videos like this and say, I disagree with the guy, and go do research and become smarter and read business books instead of watching newsfeed and finding out who's got the new big butt, who's got the best big boobs, or who's dating who, or who's dating what. Amateurs have the same amount of 24 hours in a day, 168 hours in a week. But they're entertaining themselves rather than being prepared. My challenge to you watching this, go become an expert right now before the next market crash. Become a beast at whatever you're doing right now. Become so good that when the market crashes, everyone needs you because you're irreplaceable. Those guys get elevated in market crashes, elevated in economic collapses, elevated when financial crisis comes around. One of the best tips I can give you is protect your career. Last but not least, call a timeout. Study all your portfolios. Look all your investments. Look at everything. Cash, artifacts, collections, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, equity positions, ownership. Look at everything. And study it more often than you do before. Look at it weekly rather than you used to look at it every quarterly. Look at it on a weekly basis. Go look at your mutual fund and see where's the allocation with the stocks that you own. Is it balanced? Is it too growth? Is it too small cap? What is it looking like right now? Where's your 401k looking at? Actually pay attention to it.